Anyway, and then I wrote, does the office staff get drug tested? Oh, that's because here was Bray Wyatt's entrance coming up next.
Oh, I forgot you watched this match. Oh, boy. You know, I actually caught a few minutes of SmackDown on Friday, so I saw the go-home angle between Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman building into this match where the puppets showed up, and I said, oh my God, if only Jim saw this. They will not do anything like this at the show, I don't think. And then, of course, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, they can't have 10 people in the audience making noise and cheering and booing and etc., but they can have 3 people with their hands up a sock puppet's ass out there doing funny cartoon voices. I've heard so many people rave about Bray Wyatt. And I said, you know, and a couple of times when we've done the experiment of watching the shows, he's either was on the other brand or he was out with an injury or whatever. And then finally I saw the Fiend business, and that was pretty fucking rotten because then they caved the Fiend's head in with a fucking sledgehammer and he kicked out at 2 or something. In that one fucking, I couldn't really tell with all the red light going on. Remember we watched that fucking thing? Oh, yeah. What all did they do to the Fiend, Bray Wyatt?
I don't even remember, but
it was blunt instrument after blunt instrument, caving heads in with sledgehammers. He was kicking out at 2, blah, blah, blah. Then I saw the fucking Firefly Funhouse match, and I never want to see him or John Cena again. I love John Cena to death, but I figured that was John Cena's farewell to the WWE is why he did that. I never want to see him in a wrestling ring again after that. I'd, you know, be more than happy to talk to him, you know, if we ever got in public again. But now here comes Bray Wyatt smiling and waving with kids show music. Hey, he looked like Mighty Igor with the fucking beard. And the only thing was missing was
he does.
He didn't have a stuffed animal or a fucking pull dog on a fucking leash.
Oh my God, that is funny.
It's the Mighty Igor. And so he comes out. This is for the Universal title. He comes out smiling and waving with kid show music. Here comes Braun Strowman out there earning his money, not like people who are wanting to be, you know, given things for nothing. Okay. Why is Bray Wyatt selling anything? They caved his head in on pay-per-view with a fucking sledgehammer and he kicked out at 2. So why is he selling shit? Then it wasn't really these guys' fault either. This is not a match that works in an empty arena because this was a grudge match between 2 guys that are primarily workers and not at all wrestlers. I think Strowman probably can't wrestle his way out of a fucking paper bag to begin with, but it's his gimmick to be a big fucking monster, and it's not Bray Wyatt's gimmick to be Jack Briscoe. So Strowman, whether Wyatt can wrestle or not, he probably can. Strowman can't, and Wyatt shouldn't, because it's not their gimmick. But then they're having one of these fucking matches, you know, with the heavy fucking shots and everything in front of no people. It doesn't work as well as if you're working an athletic contest. So they tried, but a match like this doesn't work with no people to begin with. The match that they were having. And, you know, Braun missed a charge and went over the fucking desk, and Bray Wyatt is now getting heat on the babyface, and a pig puppet starts cheering for him. Now fans nothing was going to help this. Right? Now I'm not going to make any more excuses for him. I gave you the reasons why they were handicapped and why they were trying hard, but then suddenly a pig puppet appeared. So now instantly I hate this anyway. Then whatever they fucking did, they did. And like I said, then Bray Wyatt takes a choke slam off Braun Strowman, and you hear the impact, and boy, you hear the fucking air, because those choke slams are not fucking easy. And you hear him sell it. Oh, and it would have been perfect if this wasn't the guy that got hit with a fucking sledgehammer and kicked out at 2 or whatever the fuck all the Fiend did when they were trying to kill him and couldn't. Why did you establish that he's invulnerable and now that's the reason why you should sell shit, no matter how big you are. Because when you have to sell shit, you can't. Because nobody's buying it. Then suddenly, Bray Wyatt was in the ring. Braun Strowman's on the floor. And then Strowman pops up from behind the apron wearing a horror mask. This mask has something to do with the Wyatt family in the past, correct?
When he first came up to the main roster and he was associated with the Wyatt family, that was his mask, I believe.
Okay, well then it doesn't make any sense that, like this made sense to begin with. Braun Strowman comes in with the horror mask and Bray Wyatt starts laughing and like he recognizes him. So it wasn't somebody else's mask that he used to know. It was his own mask. I don't know why I'm even bothering to try here. They stop the whole goddamn fight, the whole fucking match. They stand there and look at each other. Braun Strowman kneels down in front of Bray Wyatt, the guy that's just been trying to kill him and pull his eyeballs out. Well, no, he wasn't. He should have been, but he wasn't. How did he know this mask thing was going to work and get this reaction? Why did this mask get this reaction? Because it's still obviously the fucking guy that was just beating the shit out of you, Bray. Then they hug. And not only do they hug, but the puppets are happy. Brian, do you know that's the first time that I've ever uttered on a podcast or in any wrestling critique or review in anywhere, any company I've ever been, any school I've ever trained in, any seminar I've ever been involved in? I've never used those words in the English language in that order before. The puppets were happy. And then Braun Strowman takes the mask off, stomps on it, picks Bray Wyatt up like a sack of shit, power slams him and pins him with one power slam. The guy they ran over with a goddamn bread truck on pay-per-view got pinned with one power slam. What the fuck? This is worse than AEW. Because they should have had the match with the hands in their pockets. Why not? Because this was so fucking phony and bullshit and stupid and goofy and could obviously not happen. And nobody meant anything. And they have proven themselves to be phonies and whores for a paycheck to do this type of shit in public. So it's worse than AEW because I can forgive those guys who have worked in fucking barns all their careers, well, except for the guys like Jericho, but you know what I'm saying, the VPs, have worked in barns all their careers, and they have a wishy-washy fucking money mark with balls the size of goddamn kernels of corn that won't tell them, no, you're not going to ass off and do goofy shit on my national television program. So stuff like this I could see on that program. But this is worse. Because either Vince thinks this is a good thing or somebody has convinced him. I rest my case. Should have wrestled a match with their hands in their pockets. I mean, what?
Of course this is worse than AEW. That was my big problem with AEW. I want an alternative to this, not a watered-down version of this. And when I say this, I don't mean Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman. I mean the whole presentation, the whole, this is welcome to this wrestling event. Now we're going to have skits and comedy. And nothing is serious, and just cameos by puppets and toilet dwellers. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Toilet dwellers. It's Saturday Night Live. Then.
It's more like SCTV. And I say that because Saturday Night Live was a skit show. SCTV had skits, and the whole idea was you actually get to see the guts of the TV station behind the skits. So you go from watching the television presentation of some movie with Bobby Bittman to seeing Guy Caballero in the office. Like, oh, what is this? Get LaRue in here. You get to see that. This is SCTV. I mean, done really poorly.
Yeah.
But it's more that than Saturday Night Live.
Very good analogy. Good simile. Good comparison there.